I'm Doug with America's Best Restaurants, and we travel the country from coast to coast to find restaurants that you should dine at on a weekly basis. We're in Fairview Park, Ohio. It's kind of northern Ohio, if you will. This is Craig. We're at Sauced Wood-Fired Pizza. What is Sauced?
A little bit about us is we try to give you the best pizza we can. The cleanest, we use the cleanest flours. No chemicals. We try to buy, well, it's seasonal here, but we buy as much produce and everything local. We make everything by hand. We do the old school way. We cook wood fired. We put our love and passion, and I mean, everything's just made by hand. And we don't want to compete with the chains. Yeah. We want to stand out, so we put our little spin, our little touch on everything. We make everything. We change our menus every 3-4 months. We'll take stuff away. We're about seasonal. Okay. We try to use as much seasonal stuff to stay fresh. So, I mean, we try to keep things simple. We want to be that neighborhood little pizza spot, but we also want to step it up. We don't want, just be your pepperoni and cheese place. So we try to do a lot of specialty pizzas and maybe some things that people wouldn't even try before, and they'll give us a try. It's just, with some specials.
Love it. Hey, we profile at least 3 menu items every episode. What are the 3 items we're going to talk about?
So we're going to make the Margarita pizza, which is our #1 seller. I got some meatballs and bruschetta.
There we go. Those are the 3 items. I know you're interested. It's a food show. That's why you're watching. Why don't you come with us and go inside and check out Sauced. We're inside Sauced. Craig said 3 items. Here we go. We have 3 items. Let's start with #1, the meatballs.
So here's our homemade meatballs. It's pork, veal, and beef mixture. A little heavy cream, a little ricotta. I heat them up in a wood-fired oven. And then we top it with fresh whipped ricotta, fresh basil, and a little bit of Parmesan.
So is the whipped ricotta, is that a twist that you put on that before?
Yeah,
where'd you get that?
I was somewhere in Miami a long time ago, and I had at a pizza spot, and they had the ricotta under a meatball. There's like one big meatball, and then with ricotta. Yeah. And you get the cool, like the ricotta, just that creaminess, and you got the hot meatball and that little the cold ricotta on top. So it's just. Everything goes together.
I mean, rocks on that. That's solid. Oh yeah. Item #2. Talk about this and then talk about your culinary background, because you have studied at different, I guess, pizza schools, if you will, to really fine tune this.
So this is our Margherita. We put a little change, right? A little touch on it where we had like tomatoes. We had fresh tomatoes. It has the fresh mozzarella, the basil. And then we top it off with a balsamic reduction. This dough here is, it's like a 3-day-old cold fermentation. We use, this is Caputo flour. I don't use any flours that are bleached or bromated. We try to find the cleanest product we can. We try to make it to where like pizza, I don't want people like thinking like pizza cannot be somewhat healthy. So we try to keep it as healthy as possible by using just fresh ingredients, no sugar, no additives, and we just let the dough and the oven do all the work.
And you've studied this art?
So yeah, I've been to the pizza school in San Francisco with Tony Geminani, and then I also learned Roman pizza from in Pittsburgh when it was open with a guy named Kevin. So I keep studying. My passion's dough. I love making bread. The pizza crust, that's what we focus on. Our dough is different from anybody's. You won't find anybody's dough in this area that tastes like ours. And we change it. If we find somebody's getting really close, then we make some adjustments. We do use starters and pre-ferments.
That's good.
And this is our #1 selling pizza.
You talked just long enough, I ate the entire piece. That's good.
Yeah.
Item number 3.
So this is our bruschetta. Very simple. We make the bread in-house. It is pretty much our Roman pizza dough that we use for half-sheet pizzas. So it's another 3-day cold fermentation, bulk fermentation. So the bread's made in-house, and then we just top it. It has diced tomatoes, red onions, fresh basil, garlic, and balsamic reduction, and a little Parmesan cheese.
The crunch will overpower on the microphone, so I'm going to eat those in just a minute. So usually just 3 of the items. There's a full menu, which is like right behind the camera. Obviously you can't see it, but I can. So full menu, you've got some of the traditional and you've got some of the non-traditional on it. So if someone is in this area, they're visiting this area, they live here, they're driving through, how can they find you?
I mean, Google, Instagram, Facebook. So those are, I mean, the 3 platforms that pretty much everybody uses. I mean, pretty much if you Google wood-fired pizza, I mean, we're gonna pop up.
Got it.
So, and really, I mean, we started out like our catering was it was word of mouth.
Yeah.
And that's how we got our most popular is just word of mouth.
I can see why. This stuff is good. If you live in this area, you need to be here on a weekly basis. If you're visiting, traveling through, you're visiting the general Cleveland area, this is a place you need to put on your radar. There's also a full listing right here on americasbestrestaurants.com, and I'm pointing down already, but click the subscribe button, follow the channel, and you'll get more information. So it's time to dig in, eat a little bit more. I highly recommend you come down and try sauce. It's time to dig in a little more. I'll see you at the next episode. We're out.